Hello there, and welcome back, you guys. Today's video, we're going to take a look at the oldest set we've managed to crack open on the channel before. This is the Halo Wars, yes, Halo Wars, not just Halo, UNSC Spartan II, the red version. This set released all the way back in 2009, right around the same time that the first Halo Wars game was released, and that's why you'll notice that it has the Halo Wars branding on the box. 2009, that was also the first year of production for Halo Mega in entirety. This set was not in the first wave, I don't believe. This set came slightly later in the year, but it was in the first year that we saw Halo Mega products. And I'll be the first to admit, in 2009, I really didn't have an interest in buildable figures at all. All I really cared about back then as a kid was getting the newest Warthog, the Scorpion, which I've yet to actually get a Scorpion. I'm trying to change that, but prices on Scorpions, I can buy a bunch of other stuff for the price of one Scorpion. So I haven't pulled the trigger on a Scorpion yet, but that'll probably change in the near future, especially if a new one comes out in May with Mattel Brick Shop. But unfortunately, Mattel's being Mattel and hasn't said a thing about Halo or anything like that, so we'll see what ends up happening. But I am crossing my fingers for a new Scorpion in May. Back to my tangent there. So buildable figures at the time, zero interest for me. Didn't really care for them. Didn't matter if it was Halo or Lego. I mean, the Lego Star Wars buildable figures, those were probably worse off than the Halo figures, because Lego store I go to still has Jyn Erso still on their shelf. Buildable figures had zero interest for me, not just Mega, but also Lego. I kind of like Bionicles at the time, but Bionicle by 2009 had pretty much died out, and I think they'd moved to Hero Factory, and I had zero interest in Hero Factory. But buildable figures, when I was a kid, zero interest. But now, as an adult, looking back and looking for display pieces to put on my shelf, now I am kind of interested in the buildable figures, so that's why I picked one of these guys up. And I figured I'd bring you guys along on taking this guy out of the box and seeing what he's like, and seeing if I want to collect more of them. And I say that, I've actually already bought a couple more of them that may or may not be here already, but we're going to go ahead and talk about this guy today. And with this guy, he is one of the magnetic figures, which they did for a couple of runs of magnetic figures. I don't recall exactly how many off the top of my head. There are going to be a bunch of them on the backside that we'll take a look at here in a moment. Start off taking a look at the box. Up top here, you get the Halo Wars, the Authentic Collector Series branding on a black logo. Below that, you've got kind of like a desert planet. You got like this archway here, but there's no like flooring or something like that. It's just straight gravel or whatever it is below this figure. And then you got a big picture of the figure. Looks like it's a 3D render to me, but I think it's going to be 1-to-1 scale of what the size of the actual figure is going to be. I don't think it says that on here, but I think that's going to be about the size of the figure. Over here, you got the magnetic Spartan kind of logo. It's showing how the pieces go together. And if you got like one of the collector's sets, you could mix and match parts as you pleased. Below that, you got a warning, choking hazard, small parts. Don't put stuff in your mouth you're not supposed to. It's an 8+ age rating, 26 pieces. It is set 29672, UNSC Spartan II. And that's the name of the set. I think they actually had 5 of these sets with that same name at the same time, and you just kind of had to differentiate them by color, but they didn't put the color on the box. Then you got Mega Bloks branding right here in the black, gray, and white. And that's going to be the front of the box. Let's go to the top of the box. You got the Halo Wars Authentic Collector Series in a couple of languages. You got the name of the set in a couple of languages, set number, the Mega Bloks logo. Coming over to this side, you got the Halo Wars Authentic Collector Series again. Some legalese. You got an Xbox 360 logo right there. That's cool to see. 2009 copyright, Microsoft Corporation. Some other legalese stuff. Let's flip it to the other side. Looks like it's pretty much the same, just more legal stuff in other languages. And then let's go to the bottom side of the box here. More legal stuff. 2009 again. Don't give it to babies under 3. You got a UPC, which will do you absolutely no good because this set's getting close to being 20 years old at this point. There's that, and we'll turn to the back. Coming over to the back side, at the top, you got the Halo Wars logo again on a black background with the set number over there. You got a write-up about the Spartan IIs. So, UNSC Spartan II. Spartan IIs are the most powerful soldiers in the history of the human race. Their dominance of the battlefield was absolute until they met the Covenant. Spartan II training allows these super soldiers to wield any weapon and master any combat vehicle. And then you got that same thing over in a couple of languages, Espanol and I think probably French would be my guess on the other one. And then below that, you got kind of this like diagram blueprint of a Spartan II holding an assault rifle, not an energy sword, because this set did not come with the assault rifle. I think it's actually the first of the first wave. It was the only one that didn't come with the assault rifle. And then right here, you got what almost looks like the instructions. You get step 1, step 2, and step 3. Step 1 being all the pieces laid out. Step 2, the pieces semi-assembled. Step 3, fully assembled. And then below that, you got a picture of all of the magnetic Spartans that released in Wave 1, which was the green, yellow, red, blue, and then the exclusive, limited edition, I want to say it was a store exclusive, being the cyan teal. I don't remember how you could get that guy. I'll have to look into that. But that guy is the rare one. And below that, you got Mega Bloks branding, you got the old Mega logo, made in China, halowars.megabloks.com, which probably won't do anything if you look it up. And with that, let's get this box opened up. And with this guy, you got 2 pieces of tape, one on each side. Just go ahead and give that a cut. And we'll get her open. Close your knives, people. All right. Let's see, what do we got? Got a couple of bags. 2 bags. Okay, that is it. That is it and everything. So set that there. We got 2 bags. We got a bag of red parts in the energy sword, and we got a bag of gray parts. And there's our magnetic pieces. So I wonder, hopefully these are still going to hold up. That just crossed my mind. And then we got our instructions here, which are in black and white. That's interesting. You get a diagram on how to build the figure. Got that Terminator head. Let's see, is that in here? Yep, there's our Terminator head. These guys have removable helmets, but they've got like this Terminator T1000 looking head there, T800, whatever the Terminator is called. There's not like a proper parts checklist, but I'm guessing that all these numbers here, those are the part numbers. So if you need to order a replacement, that's how you do so. So interesting. All right, we'll go ahead and get her built up. Got them all put together, but real quick, I did want to show you guys the Terminator head. Then that is one of the magnets on the bottom of that. There is your Terminator head. Go ahead and throw his helmet on, which is kind of a tight fit. There we go. And then that just pops on like that. And there is a magnetic figure. So let's get the complaints out of the way. Complaint number 1, he will fall apart on you super easily, and he also is not very stable. But as a display piece, I actually kind of think that he looks really good. You can get him into some pretty cool poses. I say that and then he'll just fall apart on me. But you can get him looking pretty cool, so I'm not like completely against this figure, but I will say that I'm not super happy with some of the joints. So I actually have his torso on flipped around, and that is simply because what is supposed to be his right shoulder, it's now his left shoulder, has a super weak connection. So his arm just kind of slowly drifts back down. You can see it's drifting down right now, but that arm does not stay up. The other arm has no issues holding a pose. Leave it like that, it'll still be like that in 30 minutes. Versus the other arm, if I left it up, it'll just fall right back down. So, not a fan of that. Otherwise, all the other connection points are strong. So like, there's actually like, I got to put some force into it to pull the head off. See, he's hanging there. There we go. But yeah, head's on there pretty good. This shoulder, it's on there good enough, but it will eventually give out if I tried lifting it up like that. And it's made to pop off, so you can swap on other arms. I will say the chest piece, that is kind of hard to pull off, because I did have to pull it off when I flipped the chest around. And then the only other thing I can think of as something to complain about, I do wish that they had put some sort of an armor bit to cover the inside of the wrists. They did it for the back of the thighs, but they didn't do it for the wrists. And I think that is a missed opportunity there. All right, and I just want to point out I was actually incorrect. The figure is actually significantly smaller than what the box depicts. So I will say, if I were to see that on a store shelf, I would think that the figure is going to be that size. And then when you get him in hand, he's much smaller than what the box portrays. So maybe not the best marketing tactic there, but what am I to say? All right, and then just for fun, here's some size comparisons in case you needed them. So there's our magnetic figure there. If you haven't figured that already, I don't know what to tell you. Below him, we got the orange Spartan Mark IV. That guy came out a little bit later on, but is the same mold that would released at the same time as this red Spartan here. Next to the orange guy, we've got a Halo 2 Anniversary Master Chief. This is the one that came with the character pack. And then behind him, we've got a Halo 2 Master Chief from Jazzwares. That's the only Spartan Collection figure I currently have at the house. I do have pretty much all of Spartan Collection up to, I think, Wave 5, and everything before Wave 5. I collected most of it, and then I kind of dropped off after Wave 5. But this is the only one that actually made it to the house. The rest of them are all in storage right now. And as I was putting the orange Spartan away, I found a red one. So now we got the don't talk to me or my son ever again vibes going on with these two. But there we are. And in case you're curious, this is what the energy sword looks like up close. It's kind of like a wavy bend to it right in the center where it would normally be a straight line, but it is what it is. And then it's kind of got an odd shape to it. It's vaguely energy sword, English, I can't speak it, energy sword shaped, but it's not completely right. And then you got the tips there are connected, which they probably did as like a safety concern because they probably didn't want to have two sharp bits sticking out that you could accidentally poke yourself with. So that's probably why they did that. Now that I think about it, it's almost like a flathead screwdriver. Now we're at the part of the video where I get to do all the fun YouTube stuff. So make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment if this is a figure you would pick up or if you would pass on it. Most importantly, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and turn those notification bells on. That way you get notified whenever I post new Halo Mega content. And if you're at this point in the video and you're still listening to me speak, let's go ahead and open a blind bag real quick. And it is a Brute. So go ahead in the comment section if you haven't dropped a comment already, or if you have, go ahead and drop another one and put down Purple Brute. That way, I know you made it to the end of the video. You legend. Alright. Have a good rest of your day, good night, good morning, whatever time of the day it is. I hope it's a good one for you. Live long and prosper.